Dry up your tears and praise the Most High. And I feature now with like this to Ethiopia. Ethiopia spirit as a ancient city that is come back together. So when they try to go up to give doubtful eyes unto the name of the children. But they accept the chose of judgment to judgment, chose of the house of the great King David. And I pray for the love of Christ in Ethiopia. Love within thy heart and prosperity in thy palaces, for thy virgin sister and companion sin, and thy love and also thy Gideon, last and first, and thy surely seek the eye. And the marvel.
Meditation of thine heart.
Tenestelin. We are gathered here today to pay homage, tribute to a griot, a storyteller, a great man in the person of Jendah, also known as Otis Campbell. But before we begin, it is customary from an Ethiopian standpoint to stand and listen to and observe in reverence the anthem of Ethiopia. And this rendition will be brought to you by Empress Aishel from the Dark Foundation. Please, silence and utter respect to the anthem of Ethiopia. Thank you so very much, and you may be seated. Ye families and friends, ye prince and princesses, this beloved brethren, although we see his remains there in the casket, where the Rastafari nation is concerned, we have a chant that say, we trod from Zion, which simply means the experiences that we have in this life, meaning from birth until transition, is just a moment in our existence. We existed prior to our birth, And most definitely, we will exist in transition. We are often told that the wages of sin is death. Nevertheless, more important is the gift of the Most High, which is eternal life. Remember, the gift of the Almighty is eternal life. And it is for that reason that we know that our beloved brethren, Jesse Jendah, will see it at the right hand of the Most High, Gramawi Kidamawi Haile Selassie, and all the ancient of yesterday. A journey that each and every one of us here must take. Once we were born of a woman, we must go through that journey. So it is very important that between the sunrise and the sunset, the sunshine illuminates. The essence of our life must be exemplary. It is absolutely essential that we live that exemplary life so that we too will not just rest in peace, but rise in eternal glory. That is the most significant of all, is that we rise and take our rightful place in eternity. So whatever we do, whatever we say, if we need to make a transition into our lives, turn it around, it is a great opportunity to use the example of Jesse Jendah and turn our life around so that we too can be in that Lamb book of life. As the chant says, is your name written there in that long book of life? Ask yourself the question, is your name written there? Again, ask yourself the question, is your name written there? Now, Brother Jesse is familiar with this chant, and it goes as follows. Rastafari cannot die. Rastafari lives forever. Rastafari cannot die. Rastafari lives forever. Long, long time ago, you hear Rastafari chanting. Long, long time ago, and then I hear Rastafari chanting. Rastafari cannot die. Rastafari lives forever. Rastafari lives forever. Hail Farai Selassie. These are ancient Ayabingi chant that was uttered in the 70s, the 80s. I don't know about now in the 21st century. But it is significant because, as we say, we know that the gift of the Most High is eternal life. So we will continue with the program. We hear some chant from the great Nyabingi chanters as they are here today with us to provide some of those sweet melodies, those melodies that the cherubims oftentimes entertained. So without any delay, Ras Iron, Haile Selassie first. Yeah, give thanks. You know, say, because it's a celebration of life, they them can clap, you know. Yeah, you can give a round of applause because it's a celebration of life. We don't want it to look too dreary and contrary. We want it to look like a upbeat because we're celebrating the life of a great. We know what great means? A great storyteller. And that is what Jendah is and was. So, when someone come and speak, don't be bashful. Give them a round of applause, please. Thank you so very much. And most of us is very much familiar with the Lord's Prayer. But I know we don't know the kings and the kings of kings prayer, our mantra. So what we're going to know, we're going to introduce it to you today. This is what the Emperor Haile Selassie I says every morning. Each morning, I offer my body, my mind, and all things that I possess to be used by thee, O infinite Creator. I know that all works is thy works, and no matter how menial or difficult the task is, we know that our Majesty will be there for us. So, whenever you get an opportunity, remember the mantra that our Majesty states every single day. Once again, each morning, I offer my body, my mind, and all things that I possess to be used by thee, O infinite Creator. In whatever way thou dost choose to express thyself through me, I know that all works is thy works. No matter how difficult or too menial is the task, when offered to thee in loving service. I want to give thanks and call for a family tribute by Sydney. Sydney, will you please approach the podium?
Good morning. There is a quotation from Bob Marley that says, some people feel the rain, others simply get wet. I speak on behalf of the Campbell family from Racecourse in Clarendon, a family that has produced some wonderful children, a family that has established themselves within the community as an honorable family, a family that set much example. And Jesse Jendah is one of the beacons of the family. It's an interesting family because people go in some very interesting directions. And I will get to that. But I go back to Marley's quote. Those who simply get wet are those who are passive to life, who allow whatever happens to come their way. But those who see the rain and feel the rain are those who feel they can direct the showers and determine how the showers will impact their lives. And that's what most of us have done. From humble beginnings, because we need to remember we are in what I always call the post-slavery era, when black people were taken and enslaved from a continent and brought to a new place. And it was thought by those who did it that they would be devalued and they would be decimated and we would become nothing. But as we were in the beginning, so we will be in the end. We have risen. And one of the reasons why we were able to rise is because there were families who understood the importance of their children rising beyond what they themselves might have achieved, rising beyond the status quo where they were at the time of conception. It was a proverbial rising star. And it is out of that that we come today to witness and to pay tribute to Jesse Jendah, who was born as Otis Campbell. I want us to remember, sometimes like a little candle, one little candle can still shine a light in the surrounding darkness. I want us to remember that every great river starts as a little stream. And so we pay tribute to the start, to the candle, to the stream, to the Mr. and Mrs. Campbell who started this. And his father died in November last year. So it's quite a trauma on the family for another family member. But the family has been resilient. It is a family who understood the importance of education, the importance of spiritual and social development. It's a family that understood that in the crosshairs of life, as was said in the prayer by His Imperial Majesty, that we offer ourselves daily as a sacrifice to the Creator God, knowing that whatever we do it for the expressed purpose of the advancement of that kingdom. And that the kingdom that man has created will never overcome the kingdom that God Himself has predestined for man. And so out of that, this is a family of 5. More about that in the eulogy. But one thing I want to say here, in that family, there are 2 lawyers, 1 doctor, 1 public administrator, and 1 great entertainer. That is the quality of that family. That family is a family where every member of that family went to a high school, whether it be Glenmuir High School, where 4 members of that family and 1 member of the family went to Vere Technical. That's the one who is a doctor in Montego Bay. Jesse Jendah came through that family. And everything he is came out of that experience of that family. That experience of a family that felt that the fact that they were born in the district of Racecourse in Clarendon, and they may not be a song hero in the island of Jamaica, would not prevent them from being the kind of solid family and solid contributor to Jamaica's development that they became. After all, it is a part of the calling that we are called to serve. And so as the family in grieving, the family in looking back over the years of a young man, the youngest male in the family, but not the youngest family member, and seeing the way the waters have meandered in his life, taking twists and turns as it comes today to that moment when we can only now look back, even as he looks forward. We come as a family to thank all who have given their tributes, all who have participated in any way, all whose prayers of comfort have come our way. Natasha, all whose prayers have come our way. We respect all that you have done, all that we are doing. And so, in the name of the family, I again say thank you. We share in this moment. We share in this spirit. Want to recognize the mothers of his children, including Natasha, who is here as the wife. We recognize and we want to pay tribute to those who have mothered his children, because again, that is the family's continuance, and that the family will continue as the stream flows into the river from one generation to another, we will all be able to say, at the end, the Creator will say, well done, well done. Especially we from the black race, we did not give up. We did not let them feel that they had it over us. We took our children and we worked. We worked the cane fields, we worked the sugar factories, we worked the streets, we became nurses, we migrated to places like the United States of America and England, and we contributed. We were not bystanders to progress. We were contributors to these countries like these. Because everybody knows, if you live in anywhere at all, that once you're a Jamaican, you are known. Because that's just who we are. And that's the spirit of this family. And that's why Jesse will always feel he could make the rain do whatever he felt he wanted it to do. And if he wanted the rain to fall on the sugar plantations of Veer, it would. But if he wanted to take it to Africa, if he wanted to take the rain to the United States of America, wherever he went, he reigned. Wherever he went, he reigned. Because inside of him was the rain that is power, because it comes from heaven above. Like manna in the days of Israel, the rain comes. And I wish for all of us that we will contend with the rain and make the rain serve the purpose for which the Creator God has made us. Blessings, Natasha, as we continue.
Additional tribute. We're going to first call upon Angie so that she can give her utterances on behalf of the 12 tribe of Israel. Empress Angie, please.
Greetings in the divine and precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who this day has been revealed to us in the personality of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of God and light of this world. Greetings also through the 12 tribes of Israel, which was once lost and scattered abroad, but first founded in the island of Jamaica in 1968 by our beloved prophet, Dr. Vernon Carrington, Brother Gad, now functioning worldwide and repatriating to Ethiopia. Greetings also through the Ethiopian Orthodox doctrine of faith, a faith which is not one of rites nor rites, but a function of the heart, acquired through mystical incorporation or unity in one with God, in plain words, to be born again. Greetings also through the Ethiopian royal family, the family of King David in this time, through His Imperial Highness, Crown Prince Zara Jacob, Asfawasen Selassie. Greetings, brothers and sisters. I, Sister Angie Reuben, from the 12 tribes of Israel, bring greetings from Brother Jimmy Judah, the overseer of the 12 tribes of Israel, USA, who unfortunately could not be here due to family commitments. Brother Jesse Jendah signed and sealed, along with his empress, identifying with the tribe of Joseph, the faculty of truth, the 11th son of Jacob and Rachel, the beautiful and beloved son of Israel. Joseph's quote, I have seen in my life envy and death, yet I went not astray, but persevered in the truth of the Lord. They wished to slay me, but the God of my fathers guarded me. They let me down into a pit, and the Most High brought me up again. I was sick, and the Lord visited me. For the Lord does not forsake them that fear him, neither in darkness, nor in bonds, nor in tribulations. In temptations he showed me approved, and in all of them I endured. Endurance is a mighty charm, and patience giveth many good things. Brother Jesse, Joseph, Jendah, may your soul rest in power. The wages of sin is death. The gift of Jah is eternal life. For these few words, I give thanks, Rastafari.
Is there anyone else who wish to extend a tribute at this time? Anyone who like to come up and say a few words for the family and for Jesse Jendah, please do so.
Greetings, everyone. On behalf of the Rastafari family, the Nyabingi family, 12th tribe, the Ethiopian, and the just all the people that say love and knew Jesse. Jesse was a personal friend of mine. I remember meeting him on the Nyabingi Center. And within 15 minutes, I learned so much that I didn't even know was happening around me, thanks to Brother Jesse Jendah. So on behalf of the family today, I'm going to be real short. I'd like to sing a little tribute, just to uplift your spirits and to remind you that death is not the final. Death is only a transition. When death appears, life, new life begins. It's really a transformation. See it not as the end, but as a change, a wonderful change. When you got troubles, don't cry. Just remember, Jah is standing by. Drummers, could you please help? Sister Adama, Sister Charmaine, I would love for you to join me. Let us lift our voices and sing. When you got troubles, don't cry. Oh, just remember, Jah is standing by. Remember, Jah is standing by. So there is no need for you to cry. Remember, Jah is standing by. So there is no need for you to cry. In this life, there's trouble. In this life, sometimes we cry. But if we look together, we know that Jah is standing by. So don't forget, Jah is standing by. So there is no need for us to cry. Don't cry. Remember, Jah standing by. So don't you cry. Adonai, Jah, Rastafari. Emperor Haile Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Adonai, Exhibier, Nigus Negas, Jah, Rastafari. I know he will receive I and I brethren, because only Jah alone will welcome I, Jah, Jesse, Jendah, right, in power. Rastafari love all the way to Zion. Chant, sign your name with that golden pen and chant. Rastafari, Naya Bingi, evermore. Give thanks.
Yeah, give thanks. One of Jesse's daughter, Cassandra, Kush Chandra, you take your pick. All right. Well, Cassandra. Kashanti. Anyway, not being able to be here. I'm right here. Okay, come true. You want to say two different people?
Hello, everyone. Greetings. I would just like to say a poem that I've written as a tribute to my father, or my Baba, because he never liked the word father. Israel, Jesse dead. Do we spread out the tarpaulin and lay upon we belly and ball? Or should we reflect on the memories instead? But first, shouldn't we all introduce ourselves? Hi, my name is Kashanti Campbell, one of Jesse's many children. All is well? If not, just yell Israel. Can we agree that a whole heap we have some core memories? Some good, some bad. None was ever indifferent, because Jesse was a force who left you with stories to tell long after you were graced by his presence. Even if it was just a call, he had that uncanny ability to feed heat to your storm. Like the time when my mother Jillian was pregnant and called him up abroad. Oh, Jesse, you know, me no feel so well. Oh, she start to bawl. Hold on. Okay. Not hearing a response after a lengthy pause, she inquired, Jesse, you did it. I walked into your jail, came his voice thundering. You a black woman. Awa, you know how much woman have the baby a yard and cut them on a card, then turn around, wash 10 jeans in a bath. So, oh, you fear ball. Is a warrior you carrying on your belly. You think is a little lamb? Get yourself together, Jillian. At that, my mother's tears took flight. It was, in fact, like they receded back into her eyes. She knew it was best to halt as she wouldn't find, because Jendah didn't have the sympathy she was seeking that night. Not to say it was his nature to be unkind, because in the times where it mattered most, he was there as a pillar and post. My Baba, a force we have all grown to recognize. He was as blunt as he was wise. Many who deemed themselves established and bright had not cared to see the benefits of ganja to be legalized. Can you imagine the criticism which followed that shocking news line that night in Jamaica, when Jesse handed the former prime minister of our nation a parcel of wild imagination, how the aristocrats scoffed with their turned-up nose, and their women clutching their pearls, swearing under their breaths, what a dirty Rasta boy they had supposed. But life is so that we can't predict the turn in the roads. And so, the most honorable P.J. Patterson today now hails ganja as Jamaica's green gold. Wise he was, and you can't deny, he came on the earth a free soul. By and by, he was a free man at heart and a free man in the mind, not making one single solitary thing stress out the eye. He lived a life that few of us will ever taste, traveling to different countries and continents, blazing his trail. Or perhaps planting a seed. You know, him did tell me mother if she thinks she one can carry him legacy. Face the lakawa, boast it to the grain. But perhaps those are just the traits which precedes the Campbell name. A true Rastafarian at heart, a man of will, grit, and art, an entertainer true and true, with his black queen and her charcoal skin, his forever muse. Doctors will tell you that my father was blind, but with an imagination like ours, I knew he saw clearly in the absence of light, a soldier of the people, day and night. But even the best soldiers have once lost this fight for life. And so, to my Baba, I say farewell and goodbye. As you continue your journey to Zion, I'll remember you and smile, because you are more than just an ordinary man. Members of the congregation, can we all agree at that thought? Jesse was the man who inspired most of whom's path he had crossed. A reflection of his old man, a true boss, King Furnace, Congo, Bongo, Jesse Jendah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so very much. As I said earlier, Cassandra is another daughter of Jesse Jendah, who have multiple daughters. And this is what she had to say. My dad, my angel, your battle is now over. No more pain, no more suffering. Now you are in heaven looking down on me. I know that everyone has their time, but it hurts like crazy. You left a gap in my heart without saying goodbye. My dad, one of the greatest men I ever knew, although you will not be here to walk me down the aisles when that day come, I know you will be by my side with a smile. No, you are my angel, so spread your wings out wide. Please wrap them around me without you seeing my cry. Our conversation together was memorable. I will cherish every phone call we made. Mommy always said to me, when you hear your father's voice, it coming like you hear a heaven laughing out loud. Literally, that is how I felt. I can't believe I won't hear your voice. Your face I won't see anymore. I hope you knew you are my hero, and this you will always be. I miss you very much, Daddy. I will find the strength to carry on with God's help. My daddy, I love you. I love you. Rest easy. Daddy, we are going. Nothing, my daughter. Me a hold on like a gully mullet. So give thanks alive. Those were the words of another daughter. And next, we would like to bring on Michibu, Empress Michibu, followed by Dubmaster.
Greetings, family. Greetings in the name of Jah, Rastafari. Greetings to the Nyabingi family in the house. Giving thanks for the beat of the drum. Definitely putting us on solid ground. Standing here, it's almost surreal, my family. And we greet you, of course, in the house of the Bobo Shanti as well. We greet the family. We say heartfelt thoughts, prayers, and condolences to you. Jesse was a very close friend of mine, a brilliant young man. It's almost unimaginable that, as his daughter says, I won't see your face again, but I can see his face because, as so many have mentioned, anyone that met him would have to be touched by that angel and say, who is he? I mean, the brilliance, his mindset, talked about being from Clarendon. Mishi McGraw, a 10-mile key in peace. That's what he told me. And being an avid speed reader, he said, I read over 1,000 books. And you know, we're on the laptops now. And so you wonder why he's so brilliant. You don't have to wonder. His ability to talk about the book of Enoch, living forever, and his ability to talk in different languages. One of his things that sat with me well is Kasifit, go away with your dead talk. He says that he lives along with Christ on the mountain of transfiguration. So Jesse, we will never forget you. His musical legacy, as we know, we think about the song as Rude Boy Remember, but it's Eternal Father. That's actually the name of the song. And the Queen of the Morning Star, my sister, Natasha, don't you ever worry and don't you cry. The family is always going to be here for you. And the offspring of such a great man, we know she's going to be a great empress and she's going to move the world. You know, when I think of speaking here in front of the family, speaking of a brother that, you know, I feel like he should be here. He's battled, you know, so much pain for so many years. And we lost a great one. And we need to show respect to one another and remember that all of us has a spiritual side. And he was one of those. He talked about Neptune being his footstool. And I said, not the earth? He said, no. Anyway, love to the family. May his soul rest in peace. And of course, Rude Girl can't forget Jesse Jendah. Love my brother. And to the family again, heartfelt thoughts, prayers, and condolences. Blessings.
Dubmaster. Will you be bringing any dubs with you?
What a day, what a day, what a day. Had no idea that I'd be here, standing here on a day like today to just reminisce on the man's life and his works. So first of all, let me say good morning to everybody, family, friends, of course, the Rasta family. In every sense of the word, the man was special. In every sense of the word, the man was unique. The man had a energy, and I'm sure that everybody who knew him You knew that. That energy, that intelligence spoke for itself. I have too many memories, and I know everybody who has ever encountered Otis, Octavius Campbell. Yes. Every time I utter a middle name, him said, don't do me that, don't do me that, don't do me that. But you see, the conversations have always been deep, almost never superficial, because he was not by any means a superficial person. The man was deep and purposeful. The man was a warrior on a mission, a soldier in the army. And a lot of folks need to understand that when you see individuals like that moving through the community, and as you have heard other people come up here and say, the man traveled the world. And there is no doubt that everywhere he touched, he left an indelible mark on the individuals that came across his path, because he always had something to teach, always left you with some deep thoughts, had you wondering and pondering, you know, the larger concepts of life. So I'm here this morning just to simply say, Jesse, my brother, my brethren, I've known you for countless years. It has been an honor and pleasure to know you, sir. And it will be another great reasoning whenever that day comes when we rejoin each other, wherever that may be. On behalf of the radio fraternity, my company that I've represented for so many years, Irie Jam Radio. Some people don't know that. We used to do a segment. Jesse used to do a segment on Irie Jam Radio called Jesse's Teachings. Very controversial. And he used to have people, again, thinking about things that they would not normally be thinking about. So he was special. And he took his work seriously. And we can all learn something from Congo Bongo Jesse Jendah, also known as King Furnace, blazing the fire. On many occasions, I saw the transformation from back in the days when him say, Chuman Dubbin, and remind me about them ball tail days, that when was a ball tail, before he found Rastafari. But I know him from those days. And we have countless memories. But then I was also there to see the transformation and see how seriously he took that mission to a whole different level. Militant, but also extremely understanding of what he needed to do and what he felt he needed to do in this world. So to his wife Natasha, the young baby, already showing star qualities, you know that this is just a part of the journey, and we're just here to say, thank you, Jesse, for the times and the work and the legacy that you have left behind. He has shook the world in so many different ways. In music, media, countless radio interviews where he was teaching every step of the way. So I'm just simply here to say, my brother, we will miss you until we meet again. And to the family and the fans and the friends, once again, condolences. Thank you.
ask his wife to step to the podium and to give her tribute. Empress Jendah, it's your turn.
Give thanks and greetings in the mighty name of King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. I wrote a little something here. It says, King Furnace, Abba Jamba, Congo Bongo, Jesse Jendah, Otis Campbell, the love of my life. Before Jesse and I met, I would only have the luxury of occasionally and briefly speaking to him on video chat or on the phone through our priest, Boba Joshua. And the sound of his voice and his parlance was very enthralling, which led me to watching several of his videos online and listening to his music. People would say there's no such thing as love at first sight, but I experienced it. From the first day, Jesse blessed my life with his presence. We never parted. Each day was a new adventure brimming with love. Our relationship was stuck in the honeymoon phase. I can recall one time I was in the kitchen fixing something to eat, and he was in the room, and I was heading forward to the room, and I heard him whispering. He was on the phone with his sister, so I found it weird. I stood there for a second, and when I heard what he was saying, he was trying to show her that he was very serious and adamant about what he was trying to tell her. It was about me. He was telling her that he's never felt this way in his life about a woman before, and I believe his sister Saffron was shocked. She said something along the lines of, she's never heard him speak like this before. And Jesse kept on reassuring her. Jesse was a free, very kind, social, spontaneous, spontaneous and strict man. He would always tell me I got the soft side of him because if it was one time, I couldn't manage him. I never met someone who loved the king so dearly. Rastafari was not just something Jesse proclaimed on stage, in a song, or in an interview. He lived Rastafari. Jesse kept me in check. If it wasn't for him, I'd probably be doing some things I had no business doing. I'm glad I was able to make his last few years pleasurable and comfortable with all that I had to offer. Even through his adversity, Jesse remained very resilient and optimistic, to the point where I would constantly ask if he was all right. Things weren't all that well, but he would always respond saying, "I'm a good man." Jesse was a real battle axe warrior. He had confidence in everything. He had confidence in everything he spoke of and every move he made. I will always give thanks for being a part of his life. the change he made in my life, and for the most precious gift he left with, our daughter, Sia. Yeah, I can rest now. Give thanks.
Ras Sydney, we need you again for the eulogy. If you notice, we are trying to speed up the process because I was told that by noon we have to be at the internment site.
Eulogy for Otis Octavius Campbell, Jesse Jendah, as written by his sister, Saffron, who is unable to be here even though she wanted to. This is a eulogy of the late Otis Octavius Campbell, popularly known as Jesse Jendah. Otis was born on the 13th of February, 1965, in Racecourse, Vere, Clarendon, Jamaica, to Sylvia Lampart and Barrington Campbell. He was the fourth of 5 children. Sylvia, who is known in Racecourse as Miss Silly, knew that the bouncing baby boy she delivered at 12 p.m. on the 13th of February 1965 was not ordinary. However, she couldn't fathom how unorthodox and extraordinary he would become. He was born with 12 fingers and weighed a whopping 9.5 pounds. Such a heavyweight he was from birth that Miss Silly's neighbor, Sister Alma, exclaimed, "Silly, what a bulu bulu baby you have." And so everybody now understands why he used to be called Bulu. This moniker Bulu stuck with him throughout his life, especially in Racecourse. Even if you are here today, call him Jesse. Otis went to Miss Bennett Basic School. I'm sure the Racecourse crowd remembers this school. Which was at the Adventist Church, right across from Rose School. He then went to Racecourse Primary School, where he distinguished himself as a quick study, having passed the common entrance exam on his first attempt. When asked about his persona while growing up, Miss Silly would tell you that she had to take Otis everywhere because his older siblings had a hard time managing him when she was not at home. Miss Silly will also tell you that Otis knew every Anglican church in Jamaica because she dared not leave him home to frustrate his siblings. So he had to go with her everywhere. Otis would tell them in no uncertain terms that they were not mama, so they couldn't he wouldn't take any talk from them. Anyone who knew him may say his insubordination to his older siblings may have been the genesis of a born leader. He took chats from no one except his beloved Spogie, which is the name he called his mother. During his tenure at Glenmere High School, he conducted himself on his own terms, so much so a seminal life event occurred when he was in 3rd form. He decided to abandon his government name because he felt it was not reflective of his larger-than-life persona. He decided to call himself Jesse James after he watched a film about Jesse Woodson James, an American outlaw. I think it's the outlaw that gets to him more than the Jesse. A friend taunted him about adopting a white man's name, and he quickly changed James to Jendah. From thenceforth, he became known as Jesse Jendah, or simply Jendah, a name that would resound worldwide even after his passing. Miss Silly will also tell you that the change of name wasn't the only wave he created in high school. In fact, she was summoned by the then principal, Dr. Scott, because Jesse refused to conform to the pronouncements of Reverend Dean in religious education class. She now acknowledges that that period in his life was a precursor to nonconformity and evolution to Rastafari. Jesse left Glenmuir High School to attend Bear Technical High School, where he stood out as a Da Costa Cup footballer. Left to his own imagination and self-confidence, and I see Chinaman here, a footballer who used to play at Glenmuir with him. Left to his own imagination and self-confidence, he was convinced that no intentional Premier League footballer could outplay him. His younger sister, Saffron, recalls him saying, "If only Spogie had sent him to England to live with our mother, his name would have been recorded in annals of football as one of the greatest to ever touch a ball." During his teenage years, when he was not dribbling a ball, he was writing dancehall lyrics. Shortly after he left Bear Technical High School, he migrated to the US, where he lived and worked while dabbling in the music industry. He returned to Jamaica in the early 90s, where he was instrumental in the resurgence of Firebrand Rastafari movement in reggae and dancehall. His fame and popularity exploded when he would chant Israel during stage shows, summoning people of African origin in the diaspora to restore their innate righteousness and consciousness. Jesse was a man for all seasons, but he was a maverick in many iterations. He was a vegan before many persons understood what it meant. It is debatable whether he was famous or infamous or notorious, because his notoriety rose simultaneously with his singular mission to raise awareness in his kinfolk through Rastafari and by extension, his music. Yes, the rumors you heard were true. He threw bags of ganja off stage into mesmerized crowds of folks chanting Israel. And yes, he did offer the then Prime Minister of Jamaica, P.J. Patterson, a bag of ganja, articulating confidently that he should diversify agriculture, particularly the declining sugar industry, which he knew by heart because he was from there, and pursue hemp and ganja production as a viable economic alternative. While everyone was alarmed at the blatant disrespect to the Prime Minister, the latter quietly studied Jesse, and look where we are today. The land of arguably the best ganja has been surpassed in the rapid growth of the ganja industry worldwide. What a life. Jesse was indeed a man before his time, a king without honor in his own country. Miss Silly will tell you that she was not pleased with his behavior, and she cut her eye and banned him from entering our gate. But in the next breath, she would say that he was born different, and so his impact in this realm had to be extraordinary. Jesse was also a fierce proponent of grasping the notion far-reaching technology and artificial intelligence at least 30 years before it became the norm. He expounded on these concepts in the face of ridicule and contempt from the well-thinking in academia, industrialists, and other myopic observers. He mashed cons across the globe, but he left a trail of admiration and respect in his wake. We all can recall his booming voice, chanting, admonishing, encouraging, educating, and instilling knowledge. He was pure fire, even in the last years of his life. He refused to cut his locks to facilitate surgical intervention to prolong his life. It is easy to scoff at a man's choice, but some may call it standing stridently in one's core beliefs. We's family acknowledge that he was not a perfect man and that he may have been admired and disregarded in equal parts. But one thing is certain, he left an indelible mark in the cultural landscape of Jamaica, and everywhere he went during his extensive travels across the globe. If you never like him, you have to admire him. He was inimitable, he was enigmatic. Jeffsy leaves to mourn his wife Natasha, who took care of him in his last years, his mother Miss Silly, his siblings Lennox, Dinsmore, Paula, Saffron, his children Cassandra, Jessica, Bozra, Kashanti, Chafari, Jazara, and Sion. Rest in power. Jesse, Congo, Bongo, Fire Chanter, rest in eternal power.
Prince and princesses shut out of Egypt. Ethiopia stretches forth their hands unto God. O thou Jah of Ethiopia, our divine majesty, thy spirit strad into our hearts to dwell in the paths of righteousness. Lead us. Help us to forgive that we may be forgiven. Teach us love, loyalty on earth as it is in Mount Zion. Endow us with thy wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to do thy will. Thy blessing to you, that the hungry be fed, the naked clothed, the sick nourished, the aged protected, and the infants cared for. Deliver us from the hands of our enemies, that we may prove fruitful in these perilous days. When our enemies are past and decayed, in the depths of the seas, in the depths of the earth, or in the bowel of a beast. O grant to us all a place in thy kingdom forever, Selah. Let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts be humbly acceptable in thy sight. O Jah, our strength and our Redeemer, who liveth and reigneth in the hearts of man forever, Selah. At this time, I would like everyone to stand up. We are going to play taps. Taps is a rendition that is often used in military circles. But I know most of us are unaware that is an original Ethiopian composition. Taps. Press I shall with taps, please. Respect. And one more thing before we leave this place. We want to give thanks to the funeral services folks for the beautiful job being the host and the hostesses of us here. We want to extend our condolences to the families, first and foremost, the friends, and all the individuals who are here giving thanks to Congo, Jesse. And I would love for everyone to give a warm round of applause to Jesse Jendah for the great works that you have done.
Hello again. One of his baby mothers in Jamaica and his son Esther and Bozrak would like to just apologize for not being here or being available to make it today, but they send their condolences and they hope Jesse rests in peace. Thank you.
Yeah, will the individuals that are responsible for this particular establishment, the funeral services group, please attend to our Congo Jesse at this time so that we can make it according to you by noon, high noon. Sound like Jesse, James for real, high noon.
You may be seated for a bit. Good morning. This concludes the service of celebration of life for your beloved Otis Campbell, Jesse Jendah. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for playing your individual roles in making this time of transition somewhat easier for the family. To the entire family, once again on behalf of Eternity Funeral Services, we continue to encourage you. Friends, as we prepare for Oakwood Cemetery located in Mount Kisco, New York, we ask that as you exit the chapel, you will retrieve a funeral sticker. One of these, you will retrieve them from one of the Eternity team members. I ask that you place these stickers in your rear windows. They will allow other motorists to realize that you're part of a funeral procession. I also ask you to place your headlights and hazard lights on. At this time, we're going to allow the final opportunity for viewing. I'm going to ask that you carefully follow the instructions of Mr. Martinez standing in the rear. You will view and return to your seats for the recessional, which will be as follows. The family with casket and those who wish to participate as pallbearers, and then the friends. Final viewing, we have a musical rendition during the viewing.
You know that is the wickedest lie. Brain up the fry, transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. I listen as I grow Melchizedek. Transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. Black man, not trim your precept. Boom, on top of the high mountain of transfiguration. King Rastafari rule creation. No empress man and Pete Makeda sit up front of the man. Marcus Garvey man, he will sit up on him right hand. Them say, Jesse know the power of disappearance. Them say, he no climb all the seventh heaven. No Elijah and Elisha master levitation. Melchizedek know from when it began again. Transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. I listen as I grow Melchizedek. Transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. But yang, yeah. Say I go heal Rastafari, I go burn men a man. 1924 me father disappearance. Some say them spot him in a VW van, going up the highest of the highest mountain. Boy Mengusto couldn't enter the stand. Boy talk about him want rule the government. Then you know him kill a whole for Ethiopian. How much him kill about 5 million. Boy named
If you're missing a ring, please see me.
If you try to
If you're
talk
missing
as
a
a
ring,
IT
please see
Opian,
me.
then put you to the bayonet and put you to the gun. So watch it, make me burn all them institution again. Transform the flesh, yes. I listen as I couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari, grow Melchizedek. Transform the flesh, yes. I listen as I couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. Black man, grow your precept. Well, me say here, fire, water, and earth. Make up the black man structure, me say for what it worth. So when you imitate, and to the higher heights, fire and air take you to the infinite. Enoch visit the seventh heaven on the high tide.
It is imperative that we make it to the cemetery by noon. We're going to ask you to move as quickly as you can. It is imperative that we make it to the cemetery by noon.
Transform the flesh, yes. I listen as I grow Melchizedek. Transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. But young, yeah. Say I know up my mouth now in a reggae music. Lyrical hiking and go creep on dip. Say I heal Rastafari on the high progress a little boy. Who you want disrespect? Remember when you're toddler and you're not
my sweet little lad, them call Jamaica. The little lad make up of food and make up of water. Home used to live nice and sweet for the sisters and brother. Even no star.
Eternal Father, I beg you hear my prayer. Now this is the DJ, what them call this agenda. Oh God, now me have a pray for the youth them in the ghetto area. You know, we are supposed to be gun and I kill them one another.
Rude boy, remember, me little island Jamaica. Me little island Jamaica. Now when the rich boy them control the corner, ship out with backside and ship out with sugar. Ship it to London, Canada, America, and then come back with the drunk Yankee dollar. Drive up them Benz and I drive up them Jaguar. Pass the youth, them a suffer on the corner. Skin up them face and I go on like them better. Pick up with mother and pick up with father. Turn one in a maid and the other in a gardener. Him no star. Rude boy, remember. Politics in Jamaica. Politics in Jamaica. While the big boy in Irish era cock up and a discuss political matter. Eat fancy food and drink fancy liquor. While the bad boy them a pull the trigger. Pull up the trigger and a kill them brother. Use up the Glock and the 9mm. Use the zigzag and the bazooka. Him no star one another. Who not kill no one another. I kill them down a jungle. I kill them down a rima. I kill off the strangler. I kill off the shower. I tap on them too. And them end up in a the gutter. Political leader. Them no have the answer. Check out the DJ with them call Jesse Jendah. Me a flash it in the roots. Reality and culture. Remember, me little island Jamaica. Me little island Jamaica. How when the rich boy them control the corner. Ship out me backside and ship out me sugar. Ship it to London, Canada, America. Leave that alone, me I go a little further. Now in a Bronx and in a Brooklyn, all over Jamaica everybody talking. When last you see a girl with dark skin, represent Miss Jamaica in a foreign. Then there's something is not happening. She have a name Issa Matalan Archin. All over Jamaica no discriminating. Find some people that are not suffering. Hear me now. Rude boy, remember, me little island Jamaica. Me little island Jamaica. Now when the rich boy them control the corner. Ship out me backside and ship out with sugar. Ship it to London, Canada and America. And then come back with the strong Yankee dollar. Drive up them Benz and I drive up them Jaguar. Pass the youth, them a suffer on the corner. Skin up them face and I go on like them better. Pick up with mother and pick up with father. Turn one in a maid and the other one gardener. Now the rich boy discuss political matter. Eat fancy food and drink fancy liquor. And the bad boy, them a pull the trigger. I pull up the trigger and I kill them brother. Even know bad boy. Remember, my sweet little and them called Jamaica. The little and make up of food and make up of water. When we used to live nice and sweet for the sisters and brother. Even know star. Eternal Father, may I beg you hear my prayer. Now this is a DJ, what them call this agenda. Oh God, now me have to pray for the youth them in the ghetto area. You know, we are supposed to be gun and I kill them one another. Rude boy, member, me little island Jamaica, me little island Jamaica. Now when the rich boy them control the corner, ship out with backside and ship out with sugar. Ship it to London, Canada, America, and then come up with the drunk Yankee dollar. Drive up them Benz and I drive up them Jaguar. Pass the youth, them a suffer on the corner. Skin up them face and I go on like them better. Pick up with mother and pick up with father. Turn one in a maid and the other in a gardener. You know star, rude boy, member. Politics in Jamaica. Politics in Jamaica. While the big boy in Irish era cock up and a discuss political matter. Eat fancy food and drink fancy liquor. While the bad boy them a pull the trigger. Pull up the trigger and a kill them brother. Use up the Glock and the 9mm. Use the zigzag and the bazooka. You know star, one another. I'm not killing one another. I kill them down a jungle. I kill them down a rima. I kill off the strangler. I kill off the shower. I tap on them too. And them end up in the gutter. Political leader. Them don't have the answer. Check out the DJ with them call Jesse Jendah. Me a flash it in the roots. Reality and culture. Remember, me little island Jamaica. Me little island Jamaica. How when the rich boy them control the corner. Ship out me backside and ship out me sugar. Ship it to London, Canada, America. Leave that alone, me I go a little further. Now in a Bronx and in a Brooklyn, all over Jamaica everybody talking. When last you see a girl with dark skin, represent Miss Jamaica in a foreign. Then there's something is not happening. She have a name Issa Matalan Archin. All over Jamaica no discriminating. Find some people that are not suffering. Hear me now. Rude boy, member, me little island Jamaica. Me little island Jamaica. Now when the rich boy them control the corner. Ship out me backside and ship out with sugar. Ship it to London, Canada and America. And then come back with the strong Yankee dollar. Drive up them Benz and I drive up them Jaguar. Pass the youth, them a suffer on the corner. Skin up them face and I go on like them better. Pick up with mother and pick up with father. Turn one in a maid and the other one gardener. Now the rich boy him in Irish era. Cock up and a discuss political matter. Eat fancy food and drink fancy liquor. And the bad boy them a pull the trigger. I pull up the trigger and I kill them brother. Even know bad boy, I one another. I'm not killing one another. I kill them down a jungle. I'm not kill them down a rima. I kill off this wrangler. I kill off the shower. I tap on them too. And them end up in the gutter. Nobody have the answer. Political leader, police and soldier. Them don't have the answer. And listen DJ, me name Jesse Jendah. Me flash it in the roads. Reality and culture. Me man in a
Can you be take you out on a Saturday. In the park, sipping veggie Sunday. You are my empress, honey lady. Woman, I me go seek and find one of a kind. Give sight to the blind, advice to the mind. You push till you shine. I slap like a 9. I am the lime and you're the rhyme. So can you be my morning star? Come to love and not to war. Lately, I'm thinking about you, honey. Then you see, I repertoire, though intimately bear so much scars. I love is pure and true. Woman, I say you're hot. Now watch where them a chat. Ride with the natty, ride non-stop. Empress your push, some say you're black. In a high life, you sounded like a granite rock. Wine non-stop, now watch it stop clock. Long skirt, long frock, short skirt, how that? You have a place like you only open for the ras. Ball tail, ball head, can't be your doormat. Rock with I tonight, girl, in a mirror. Please, squeeze, in a the wine with the curl. Eat, melt the freeze, oh sunshine girl. You are my lover. Can you be my morning star? Come to love and not to war. Lately, I'm thinking about you, honey. Then you'll see I repertoire, though intimately bear so much scars. I love is pure and true. Wanna say Rastafari die. Hey. Oh, you know that is the wickedest lie. Brain up the fry, transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. I listen as I grow Melchizedek. Transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. Black man, not trim your precept. Boom, on top of the high mountain of transfiguration. King Rastafari rule creation. No empress man and Queen Makeda sit up front of the man. Marcus Garvey man, he will sit up on him right hand. Them say, Jesse know the power of disappearance. Them say, he no climb all the seventh heaven. No Elijah and Elisha master levitation. Melchizedek know from when it began again. Transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. I listen as I grow Melchizedek. Transform the flesh, yes. Rastafari couldn't face no death. Transform the flesh, yes. But young, yeah, yeah. Say I go heal Rastafari, I go burn men a man. 1954 me father disappearance. Some say them spot him in a VW van, going up the highest of the highest mountain. Boy Mengusto couldn't enter the stand. Boy talk about him want rule the government. Then you know him kill a whole heap of Ethiopian. How much him kill? About 5 million. Boy name Melezim is a murderous one. And if you try to talk as a Ethiopian, then put you to the bayonet and put you to the gun. So what?
me have one.